What if I told you that downsizing your home doesn't always simplify your life? In fact, sometimes it can be complicated that way you never expected. Welcome to Designerist, where we don't talk about how the space looks, we explore how it works. I am an interior designer here in Dubai, renovating, remodeling residential and commercial projects over a decade. Today, we are unpacking the surprisingly complicated reality behind one of the most popular housing trends downsizing. You have heard the pitch smaller home, smaller bills, less clutter, more freedom. But what happens when the reality doesn't match the glossy picture? This is the episode where we explore the shocking truth about downsizing. What no one tells you until it's too late. Part 1. The dream they sell you. Let's start with the dream, because that's where every downsizing journey begins. You picture yourself in a beautiful decorated apartment. The space feels calm and intentional. Everything has a place. There is no clutter, no chaos. Just clean lines and soft light with sense of order. Your wardrobe holds only pieces you truly love. Your kitchen counter are spotless, maybe even sparkling. Every drawer opens smoothly. Every item has a purpose. And in this imagined future with less to manage, your stress quietly disappears. Downsizing, after all, is marketed as the ultimate modern solution to modern burnout. Lower living expenses, less time to spend cleaning or maintaining a home, more freedom to do what you love, and the appeal of a more sustainable, intentional lifestyle. It's minimalism. It's smart. It's supposed to be liberating. But here is the truth. For many people, that dreamy vision begins unravel, not in months, but just weeks after the move. Why? Because downsizing isn't just about cutting the square footage. It's about completely rethinking how you live, your routines, your habits, your storage, your flexibility. And that shift can be far more demanding than anyone expects. Part 2, where most people go wrong. Here is where the real trouble begins. Most people downsize their home, but they don't downsize their habits, routines, or belongings. They assume a smaller space will magically inspire a simpler life. Less square footage must mean less stuff and less stress, right? But here is the truth. Unless you intentionally redesign your lifestyle to fit the new space, you are not simplifying. You are just shrinking your storage. And this is not minimalism, it's chaos in a smaller container. Think about it. You still need a space for winter coats, sentimental keepsakes, important paperworks, crafting supplies, hobbies, and guests. You still cook, clean, relax, work, and entertain, just like before. But now you are trying to do everything in half the room. It's like wearing a shoes two sizes smaller and expect it to feel cozy. Sure, you can squeeze in, but give it a few steps and it's going to hurt. Downsizing without rethinking your system is a recipe of frustration because the goal isn't just to fit into a small space, it's to live better in less. Part 3, the storage shock. One of the biggest and most overlooked challenge of downsizing is storage. In a typical home, we rarely think about where we put things because storage is building. Clothes are placed into hallways or garage swallowed with bulk items. Roof space absorbs holiday decor and sentimental clutter. We don't notice it until we lose it. But the moment you move into a smaller home or apartment, reality hits. Suddenly, every square meter counts, and you realize that just how much those hidden storage zones mattered. Now, your vacuum cleaner is leaning against the wall because there is no closet for it. Your winter coats and holiday sweaters are pushed under the bed, crammed in bins or vacuum bags. And that generous walk-in pantry you once loved is now reduced to drawers and a lonely shelf beside your microwaves. This shift often leads to one of two outcomes, and neither is ideal. Constant frustration because even after decluttering, your space still feels messy and overcrowded. You are always hunting of things, and nothing feels truly put away. Leaning on external storage rentals, which means monthly fees, longer trips just to retrieve a box, and ultimately defeating the purpose of downsizing in the first place. Storage isn't just a convenience, it's a design essential. Daily life gets harder than you expect. Part 4. Downsizing isn't always cheaper. Let's talk numbers because saving money is one of the main reasons people choose to downsize. And honestly, it makes sense. Smaller space, smaller bills, smaller everything, right? Well, not always. Sure, in some situation, downsizing can help reduce your overall living costs. But in many cases, the reality turns out to be quite different. You might find that living in a smaller home comes with unexpected and something's higher expenses. Here is what most people don't realize. Price per square meter is often higher. Ironically, smaller homes can cost more per square meter, especially in high demand urban areas. You might be paying a premium for a central location or a newer development, meaning that despite having less space, you are spending more per square foot than you would in larger, older home in suburbs. You may need built-in cabinets and wall beds, or multi-purpose furniture to make the space truly livable. And unfortunately, these customizations aren't cheap. And if your space has sloped ceiling or limited storage, renovation costs can increase easily. Parking may be limited, or an added cost to renting neighbor space. Unlike detached homes with private driveways, many downsized urban homes either have no parking or charge extra for it. And in some buildings, even a single parking space can cost tens of thousands per purchase or hundreds per month to rent. If you rely on a car, this becomes a recurring cost. You can't ignore it. The bottom line: downsizing isn't just about shrinking your space, it's about recalibrating your lifestyle and finances. And while it may simplify your home, it doesn't always simplify your budget. So, before making the leap, ask yourself, what's the total cost of this move? Not just the purchase price, but the long term maintenance, upgrades, and lifestyle changes that comes with it. Because sometimes small living can come with big surprises. Part 5: Lifestyle Conflicts. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked: the real impact downsizing can have your day to day lifestyle. Because your home isn't just collecting of walls and floors. It's the backdrop to your routines, your work, your rest, and especially your life. So what actually happens when you suddenly can't host friends or family because there is no space room, not even a pull-out couch? Can't focus on work because your office is squeezed between the bed and the closet? Can't cook a proper meal because your kitchen barely wider than a hallway? At first glance, these may seem like small inconveniences, right? But day after day, they start irritating you. The truth is, design should support your life, not limit it. Because no matter how stylish a space may look, if your home is holding you back from living comfortably and freely each day, then something isn't working. Part 6: The emotional side. There is another layer to downsizing, one that rarely gets discussed: the emotional side. Because when you leave a larger home, you are not just giving up square meters, you are leaving behind years of memories. That tree in the backyard, the one you planted with your child when she was born. It's not just a tree, it's a part of your story. The wall where you carefully marked your child's height each year, watching those little pencil lines climb higher and higher. These aren't just spaces, they are chapters of your life. And no, you can't pack those moments into a cardboard boxes. So even when downsizing makes perfect sense on paper, financially, practically, even environmentally, it can still feel like a loss, a letting go of something deeply personal, because homes aren't just where we live. There is a place that all our loved ones grow. And remember, they are emotional landscape, shaped by the people and moments we hold. Part 7. When downsizing works. Now, let's be clear. Downsizing isn't a bad thing. In fact, when it's done thoughtfully, it can be one of the most transformative decisions you ever made. So, when does downsizing actually work? It works when you plan your layout around how you really live, not based on the what's trendy or popular. Maybe you ditch the formal dining room you never used and turn that space into home office that gets daily use. It works when you have decluttered with purpose, not out of panic. You didn't just throw everything into donation bags one afternoon. You carefully evaluated what brings value to your life and made intentional choices about what to keep. It works when you have invested in smart, multifunctional furniture and storage solution. Think modular sofas with hidden compartments, pull-out beds that transforms into desk, or kitchen island that double as dining table. But most importantly, and this is the key, downsizing works when it's a decision you have made on your own term, not because you were pressured or not because someone told you. You did it because it aligned with your goals, your lifestyle, your vision of your better future. When it approached with clarity and care, downsizing becomes more than just moving into a smaller space. It becomes a beautiful reset, a chance to live more intentionally, to feel more free, more mindful, and above all, more empowered in your daily life. So, what is the shocking truth about downsizing? It's not always about less, it's about intention. Because smaller doesn't automatically mean simpler, and compact doesn't always equal calm. Here at Designerist, we believe in design for real life, not just aesthetic or algorithms. If you are thinking about downsizing or have already done it, I love to hear the story in the comments. What did you learn? What do you wish someone told you before you made the move? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe and turn on notifications for more honest design talk every single week. Thanks for watching. See you next time on The Designerist, where design meets reality.